Welcome back to High Guard TV, the YouTube channel that loves to remind you that Sean Brady made Leon Edward tap in the UK a couple of months ago. Remember that. I'm your host, High Guard Sensei, and I'm here with
Wolfgang.
And you know what time it is? We got UFC Atlanta, and we're here to give our picks. Now, just to put out a disclaimer there, we will not be proclaiming to be perfect at these. We're just a bunch of casuals who love to yap, as some of you say. So
we're saying what's in our mind.
Exactly. We're giving
a lot of this is even just said in jest.
Exactly. A lot of this is said in jest.
Do not bet your
Do
house.
not bet your house or your 401k.
Releases ourselves from any responsibility of such.
Exactly. Don't bet your house on this. And just because we make some of these picks doesn't necessarily mean these are the picks we'll go with. But we're just trying to say, based off our analysis, who we think is going to win. So, if you find this helpful and you do get some money off betting this, then you owe us a percentage of that. But before we begin, make sure you like and subscribe. And now let's head down to the video. So we're not going to be doing the full prelims because, it's a lot of fighters I don't really care about and I'm personally not betting on. So, I think we're just going to start off with Michael Chiesa versus Court McGee.
Well. Court McGee has this ability to, try and fight old dudes like he did with Tim Means.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. I'm feeling like Michael Chiesa can pull one over his eyes. What do you think?
Well, in my opinion, he got beat up by Alex Morono on the feet. So he's going to look to wrestle more, I think. And, if it comes to wrestling, I think Michael Chiesa is the superior grappler. I mean, Michael Chiesa is clearly not who he was in this stage in his career.
Oh yeah, like 2 years ago, this would be locked in for Chiesa.
I don't even think 2 years ago he could have locked this in. But look, I'm just going to say, I think Michael Chiesa may be able to get it done. I don't think he's that bad that a Court McGee can get one over him. I'm not so sure. I don't know. Court McGee loves to beat up old dudes, man. And Michael Chiesa is old, so
So this seems right up Court McGee's alley.
But anyway, if I'm to bet on this fight, I'll just give it to Michael Chiesa. I think he can get it done. But at the end of the day, y'all tell us what you think, and y'all make the choice. Up next, we have Paul Craig versus Rodolfo Bellato. I know this fight was supposed to happen earlier, a couple of weeks ago, but I think he got rescheduled for this one. I think I'm still just going to go with Rodolfo Bellato.
Same here. Rodolfo Bellato, despite his herpes, I believe he can beat Paul Craig.
Dude, what the hell? You didn't have to say it like that. What the hell, guy?
He has herpes now.
Guy, what the fuck?
Wait. Sorry. If Rodolfo Bellato does not have herpes, let me know in the comment section. But as far as I know, he has herpes.
Wolf, please stop. I'm begging you. But anyway, I'm going Rodolfo Bellato. I think he can knock the spark out of Paul Craig. I don't think Paul Craig is that guy anymore. But as always, let us know what you guys think in the comments below. Up next, we have Alonzo Meningfield versus Umar Sy. Umar Sy, the absolute specimen. I think his only weakness, he has striking, he has grappling. I think Umar Sy's only weakness is that he's French.
Yeah, that is the weakness a lot of these guys have. Being French is a great weakness.
Yeah, but I don't have much confidence in Alonzo Meningfield. I mean, how the hell do you lose to Carlos Ulberg? Who the hell loses to Carlos Ulberg?
He got stopped by Carlos Ulberg now. Carlos Ulberg doesn't stop anybody.
Yeah, but he did well against Julius Walker.
Yeah, but two of them were basically just stony hands at each other.
Yeah, but he did well. A 3-round fight. He got the decision. So I don't know. I think I'll just go Umar Sy on this one. Umar Sy is just huge. I think he's just made for that weight class. Mm-hmm. I think when he beats Alonzo Meningfield, he's going to get ranked. I think this is his opportunity to get ranked. So I know he's not going to score it. I think he's just going to absolutely demolish and show levels against Alonzo Meningfield. But look out for the upset because at the end of the day, it's MMA. Weird shit happens. And we have another absolute specimen, Mansour Abdul Malik versus Cody Brundage. I think they are feeding Cody Brundage to another prospect. The same way they fed Cody Brundage
to the horrible fighter
Bo Nickel. So I don't know. How do you think this one goes? Abdul
So,
Mansour, he's young. He's 8-0 in MMA.
so here's the thing, right?
I heard about him in February. I don't know.
Here's the thing. Here's what my take is, right? Cody Brundage is actually better at MMA than a lot of people will give him credit for. I don't think
He beat
himself.
Julian Marquez.
I don't think he believes in
in
himself.
March. I think he beat Julian
Yeah,
Marquez
he knocked
in
out
March.
this guy in March now. I don't think he believes in himself because, like, I've seen him do some really crazy shit. And I feel he should have won that Bonico fight, but he kept putting his head in for the Gilly Abu. What was he thinking?
Yeah, I think he lost to Cedric Dumas. That's what made a lot of people lose faith in him.
No, about Cedric Dumas is great in the ring. What he's doing outside the ring that me I don't used to talk about. All
Very
those things that he
strange.
does. Yeah, he moves very differently and
Very
not in a
different
good way.
and not in the good kind of way.
But the thing is, I think we have two good fighters, but one has more faith in himself than the other. So yeah, I'm going with
and he's an
Mansour.
absolute specimen. He's
Yeah,
taller
like,
than
guy,
him.
big.
He's got striking and he has wrestling. Like, looks like he's on every single juice that Wanderlei Silva was in while he was in Japan. Like, what the hell, man? But anyway, I think I'm just going to go Mansour Abdul Malik. That's if I'm to bet this. I think this is what I would advise people to bet because I think the UFC are just trying to feed Cody Brundage to Mansour so that he
Get
can
a good name on his resume,
get
bro.
decent name on his resume. That's well
It's
known.
fine. It's fine. It's good matchmaking, to be
Yeah,
honest. And if
so-
Cody Brundage wins, then Cody Brundage now actually starts entering into the upper echelons of the middleweight division.
But anyway, that's the pick. Mansour Abdul Malik is the official pick. So up next, we have a bantamweight bout. The very finished fighter, Cody Garbrandt versus the man, the myth, the legend, the 89-year-old Raoni Barcelos, the man who did in the Peyton Talbot.
Yeah, like
Horrible fighter.
Peter Talbot is a horrible fighter, and I'm just glad Rudy Barcelos pressured that out of him and made him look like the bitch he is.
I'm telling you.
So,
what do you guys think of this fight?
I
See,
personally
look, I think Cody Garbrandt's done, man.
yeah,
I don't know, man. Like,
I got love for no love, but hey man,
Yeah, man,
bro,
like, dude,
it's time to pack it in.
man, he's
I
very
don't-
chinny. He
Eh,
quits.
I've not seen
His one win was against that horrible guy. What's his
Brian
name?
Keller, the
Brian
horrible
Keller,
fighter.
another horrible fighter. So I don't know. I think Ronnie Barcelos is quite durable.
Oh,
It's quite
definitely.
durable.
Ronnie Barcelo.
At this stage,
has he
he's-
ever gotten stopped? I don't think he has.
I'm not sure.
Like,
I didn't check, but I think
seems like
he's
it
been
seems
around
like
for a
it-
while, and I feel like he can do the same thing he did to Peter Talbot and have sex with Cody Garbrandt in that octagon for 15 minutes and lay and pray his way to a decision. I don't think Garbrandt's got it in him. So if I'm to pick, I'm gonna pick Ronnie Barcelos. I don't really have faith in Cody Garbrandt like that. I don't think at this stage in his career. I think
Like,
You
come
know,
on, man, look at this
if
picture
Ronnie-
of him. You're not looking great.
he ain't looking great. Like,
You're looking great.
so I just think he's done, and that's about it. So my official pick, or our official pick, is Raoni Barcelos. But now we're going to go to a middleweight bout, and I think this one we're going to be split on it. We have Edmund Shabazian versus Andrei Petroski. Now, Andrei Petroski is a lay and pray individual. A very lay and pray individual, very lost individual.
lost individual.
I think that
Fights
comes
like he has
because-
no space in his
Wait
ears.
now, I think that one comes because he had like a loss not too long ago, so he's trying to be very safe. I'm not saying Edmund Shabazian doesn't have wrestling. I just think that this
Shabazian
guy's
has
style.
great judo and wrestling.
I
I,
think
I
that-
like what I see from him, and I think
Andrei Petroski can shoot and get his hands wrapped around his hip. Clinch.
Edmond Shabazian's
Treat
fight, his anti-wrestling and ground game is good enough to keep the fights in a comfortable place where you can beat the stuffing out of that lay and pray individual.
I beg, Andrei Petroski is not that bad. Like, he is actually a specimen.
It's not about him not being that
Dude is
bad.
jacked.
Is he that good?
I think he has been. I think his last two performances were lay and pressure. So
Yes, now that's what I'm saying. Like, so you can't say, oh, he's not that bad, but then he's also kind of okay. Edmund
I think
Shabazian is more than
if he's on the feet, Edmund Shabazian will win. But if Andrei Petroski can get him to the ground, he should be able to win. But me, I'm going with Andrei Petroski.
I'm going with Edmund Shabazian.
So, Tom, we have a tie. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna let you guys decide. Let me know if I don't know what I'm talking about, and put in the comment sections, or agree with me as the sensei I am, and put this wolf nigga to sleep.
Oh, Shabazian is going to win this.
All right, now. So up next we have women's flyweight bouts. We got Rose Namajunas against her training partner, Miranda Maverick. These girls train together. They've always trained together.
Fighting your training partner is never
a good thing. So we just want to know. This is just going to be one of those examples where we know who gets the better of who in sparring. I think Rose Namajunas is better all around. I think she has enough she's better on the feet. I think if it goes to the ground, I think she's also better. But then again, you know that thing they say about training partners, they're the ones who know your habits, your weaknesses. And Miranda Maverick is a Maron Fiorot kind of person. You know, she's really physical, really big, you know, strong. So you know, I don't know.
But it's still women's MMA, Sha. So I expect something weird to happen.
If I'm to bet, I'd bet Rose.
Look at Missy Barber. I'm just like, after that last thing that happened in UFC Vegas 107, I'm just very unhappy with women's MMA.
Yeah,
thankfully,
Kayla Harrison has rescued us
from the horrible fighters that are around. I just hope that nothing weird like laying and praying or pulling out. I just hope let them reach the final bell after the 3 rounds.
Okay, but you know, if you are to pick officially, who would you guys pick? I would say Rose, because Rose has had the experience at 5-round fights. I don't think Miranda Maverick has ever been in a 5-round fight. I think Rose, she's been around a lot longer. She has more experience. But then again, sparring partners, training partners, you know how it goes. It's very weird. And there's women's MMA too. If I'm to bet, I'll bet this fight goes all 3 rounds. That's the safe.
Definitely, that's the safe bet. The safe bet is that the fight goes all 3 rounds.
Yeah, but you know, at the end of the day, let us know what you guys think. You know, but if I'm to bet who will win, I'd bet Rose definitely.
I don't know, man. I'm feeling like the upset for the training partner.
Okay, so
let's go, Maverick.
I'm not doing that with you.
Oh.
Anyway, we have the main event of the evening. The Nigerian Nightmare, the greatest welterweight of all time, the man who is greater than Leon Edwards and Bilal Muhammad. You heard me, Yemi. Eat your fucking heart out. Kamaru Usman versus Joaquin Numansa,
the buzzsaw, Buckley.
So how do you think this fight goes? You know, I ain't gonna lie. I love Mr. Kamaru Usman.
I love Usman, to be honest.
My heart says Mr. Kamaru Usman. As a Nigerian,
I have no choice but to
root for Kamaru
Usman.
But if I'm to talk about what I know with my mind and the little I know about MMA, Joaquin Buckley is just going to buzz through Kamaru Usman. Joaquin Buckley is like a younger version of him, a younger, bigger version of him, you know. And at 38 years of age, it ain't easy, you know. Me, I can tell, honestly speaking, age is a huge factor. Highguard Sensei is a very old man as well. I am 30 years old. I'm a very, very old man. So I can tell that Mr. Kamaru Usman, at 38 years of age, probably doesn't have any name. And with a long layoff and the activity of Joaquin Buckley, man, it's just so much that he's going up against. You know, Joaquin Buckley right now, I think he's on a 6-fight win streak
against Covington, Kobe Covington, Wonder Boy,
Vincent Luque,
that guy,
that weird dude from Kazakhstan.
He's been
on a tear ever since he came down to the welterweight division. I think he's been on a tear, honestly speaking.
Man, bro.
So man, I don't know if Usman can hold him against the cage. I don't think that's possible. I think if it's boxing, man, Joaquin Buckley, he's got that Mike Tyson kind of thing where he's just bobbing and weaving. A younger Usman, I would favor, but the current Usman, I don't know. But my heart wants to say Usman, but my mind is just saying Buckley by devastating knockout or, you know, whatever. But then again, Usman is still Usman. An experienced fighter is an experienced fighter. So we'll see. But all in all, these are our picks. At the end of the day, like we said, this is just coming from a fanboy point of view. We are by no means expert bettors. So, you know, tread lightly with these picks, yo. But if you guys think differently or you want to give us your own picks, you know, the comments are available. Be nice, but not too nice. Make sure you like and subscribe and, you know, comment what you think. And don't forget to keep your hands up
and protect yourself at all times.